Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am back with another video. Today we're going to talk about some crazy crap that happened over the weekend that just passed. It's about Thursday, so we're going into the next weekend. Um, I wasn't going to post again on this channel because the last video I did got really political, and I don't want that to be the norm. I'm not really a person to go into crazy, deep, insane topics because usually I don't feel like dealing with all the yippity yap that comes with people who get offended by it. I just don't feel like dealing with that. And also I'm a very shy person, so I don't really like engaging too much. I usually keep to myself. But I heard a quote this week and the previous couple weeks about um, I'll just say the quote because I can't really connect anything with it. But I heard a quote from one of my favorite YouTubers right now, Philion. He said, the one thing that's keeping you from achieving your dreams is your ability to yap." And I was like, let me think about that. I watched a couple YouTube videos, and all they were doing is yapping. They'll yap about the same subject and just yap circles around it. Um, I would watch pick a card videos. Those mini tarot reading videos. It's supposed to be mini tarot reading videos, but they end up being 3 hours long because they yap for 3 hours about a sub that doesn't even touch the subject you're clicking on, which happens a lot. I was watching reaction videos and it's a lot of yapping. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna yap. Maybe one day, my dreams will be fulfilled and I can become rich and famous for yapping, just like everybody else does on this platform. And if not, well, then it is what it is. I'll fade into obscurity. But we're going to talk about some stuff on this channel, and if it kicks off, great. So if you like what I'm talking about, like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I'm sorry. Today what we're going to talk about is the whole Steve Smith debacle and the storm that took the Martinez family. Well, over the weekend, while I was working, when I was hard at work, I was surfing the Twitters, and I came across a story about how Steve Smith home wrecked the Martinez family, and the wife of the Martinez family, home wrecked the Smiths family. God. Anyways, what happened is the husband of the Baltimore Ravens band player, right, discovered that his wife had been cheating with Steve Smith. And he went ballistic. He crashed out, lost his shit. He took to Facebook, Twitter, and any sort of social media platform that his wife may have to expose her cheating ways. Now, how did the internet react to this? Not great. They laughed at his ass. Did I take part in the laughter? Yes, I did. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was hilarious. And the reason why it was so funny, I felt bad. Anybody who got their hearts broken, anybody whose family, and I know families got ruined. Lives got ruined that day. But what made it so funny wasn't the fact that he exposed how weak his sex game was, which I don't want to really harp into that because we ain't sexually compatible with everybody. Like, some people may have it with some people don't. Um, what was so funny about it was more or less that the more he exposed her, the situation, the more he exposed her, the more it made him look like, bro, how did you not see the signs that this woman wasn't shit? Like, how did you not see the signs that this was gonna be trouble? Like, she literally grabbed the handbook of I'm about to fuck this nigga life up, and read it word for word, page for page, put it down, and was just like, you know what I'm gonna do? And it's just like he did not heed the call. Um, so what? So if you read into the Facebook post, apparently this guy bailed her out of 2 domestic violence arrests. So that's telling me that she put her hands on you, right? She abused you. Now, okay, I know it's fucked up because abuse isn't funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. But dude, why are you still with this woman? If it's for the kids, I can hear that. I get it. It's for the kids. But here's my argument with that. Your kids have to watch you get abused. So kids at a very young age are very susceptible to what they're viewing. And what can happen is, and what usually happens is that these kids learn from that behavior. And when they find partners, they tend to go after partners like their parents. So what happens is those kids don't learn that abusive relationships aren't healthy because the parent tends to stay, which tells the kid this is normal. So what the kid does is the kid finds partners that are abusive, and they get in abusive relationships. Now you get your cases where they say this is not good. I don't want to see this. This is, I'm not gonna. If a partner shows this, I'm going to completely, push them away and reject this. I'm not going to take any domestic sort of violence or any sort of situation. That does happen, but usually what happens is the kids, that becomes a norm for them. So when she got arrested the first time, that was a clear sign that this wasn't a good idea, right? You don't stay with this woman. But the thing that really threw me off, the thing that really made me think about it, it's just like, if she had the cojones to beat you and abuse you, and the cojones to cheat on you after all that stuff, and you gave her a house, you gave her children, you gave her a family. I think they have kids. I might be wrong. I know before you guys eloped, this woman showed signs of this behavior. Like, I'm more than sure she showed signs that she wasn't shit. She probably cheated on him. I'm not saying this happened, but usually, 9 times out of 10, dated out, they usually there's cheating beforehand, in the dating stage, in the courting stage, in the engagement stage. There's usually some sort of infidelity, some sort of domestic dispute, something not that kind of, shows that this girl ain't right. So for you to make that woman your wife tells me that you didn't vet very well. You impregnated this woman who showed signs of being abusive, who showed signs of being disrespectful, who showed signs of being promiscuous, and you thought it was a good idea to make that woman your wife. Yeah. At that point, it was funny to me because homeboy set himself up. Now, if he does have kids, it's depressing that they have to go through this crap. But this is why it's very important to vet your partners thoroughly. And I know everybody wants to get married and everybody wants to do this at a certain timeline because I want to be able to still see the world and all that. Yeah. But if you pick the wrong partner, it's going to screw you up for life. It's going to mess you up for good. It's going to possibly mess up your children. See, now not only are you paying the consequences for her actions, but if y'all have children, again, I'm not entirely sure they have kids. I'm just saying that. But if you have kids, they got to pay for it. Now, no one's talking about Steve Smith and his family. He, the wife and kids he cheated on, right? But my thing is this: most celebrities, sounds fucked up. We're commoners. We don't operate in that sphere. most celebrities have like like an agreement of like, especially with the women that marry like the male celebrities, say like, yeah, I know you get attention from women. If you slip up and engage, fine, but you better not bring nothing home, and you better not get her pregnant, and you better not leave me for her. You can play around, do whatever you want, but you better not get her pregnant, bring nothing home, and you better not leave me for her. Whatever you do after that, it's whatever you do. They may have that arrangement. I know for a fact that what's his name? Adam Levine from Maroon 5. I know he had an arrangement with his wife when he cheated, when he was messing with that little young chick about a couple years ago, where she went, I'm exposing you. I'm like, yeah, but if he has an arrangement with his wife, it don't matter. Like, she don't care. She's like, yeah, he's Adam Levine. He's like one of the biggest A-listers right now. Like, you think I give a crap if he's cheating on me? Like, yeah, he probably is. He probably is. But guess who he's coming home to? Me. Guess who he's paying? Guess whose bills he's paying? Me. Guess who gets all the perks? Me. And some of them are okay with that arrangement. I'm not saying that's a good arrangement. I personally would never want to put someone in that arrangement or be in that arrangement. But different people, different strokes for different folks. So the thing I laughed at the most about it was the fact that, like, I know too many people. I know everybody knows people like this, and I've been in situations like that where I got the warning signs beforehand. This was when I was real young. I got warning signs beforehand that this girl, Freudian slip. I got warning signs beforehand that this girl was not going to do right to me. I did not listen to them. I completely ignored them, and I gave her pretty much everything I could. And Daddy paid for it. I paid like hell. And at that, it was what it was. I was young. I didn't really have, I was young. I was simping. I was on my simp game, diggity dog. But I learned a valuable lesson in that, to respect myself, respect what I bring to the table, and understand that just because something looks good doesn't mean that it is. Just because someone looks beautiful and they fit the fantasy in your dreams, it doesn't mean they're going to actually fulfill your reality, because they usually never do. They're human beings, and they're flawed. People are flawed. So when it comes to finding a partner, you have to be on the same page. You have to be on the same level. And it has to be naturally. It can't be from this fantastical delusion that a lot of people seem to try to find their partners through. You can't delude yourself that this is the person. You have to know in your soul that that's your person. And that requires getting to know the person, understanding the person. And people are gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna discount that. But there's certain things that are mistakes, and there are certain things that are flat out disrespectful. And if you allow yourself to get disrespected once and twice, they're going to keep doing that to you. So my take on the whole thing is, one, Steve Smith was wrong because you had a wife and kids at home. But hell, I don't know your dynamic with your family. Maybe they cool with that. The guy was wrong for taking it to social media. He should have just taken it to a lawyer, got your evidence, got your kids, had that woman pay child support. The end. You don't have, if you don't want them kids to see their mom again, I don't know if they got kids, but if they do have kids, if you have that spite where you want to keep them away from their mother, you can take full custody. You can probably do visitation rights if you want to. You have the evidence. You have domestic violence, and you have cheating. You have evidence that she's not a fit parent. But I think that's enough evidence. I might be wrong. It's like, Ty, it has to be for the kids. She has to do that to the kids, not to him. I was like, oh, okay. But whatever the case, you have a case for a reasonable divorce. But standing there and putting up with it for as long as you did, and then taking the social media as if people are going to feel sorry for you, they're not. Because the more we looked into it, the more we can see that you got the warning signs. And like a lot of people, you listened to Delulu and ignored the warning signs. So prayers out to him and his family. Prayers out to the Smiths family. I hope they can recover from this. But my thing is this, guys. The lesson in this is that Vet your partners better. Just because they look good don't mean they are. Get to know these people, and when they start to show signs that they're not respecting you, when they start to show signs that they're going to use you, this is why time is very important. This is why relationships shouldn't be rushed. Nothing should be rushed. This is why the honeymoon stage has to go away for you to truly understand what that person is. Because if you just go in there with this, I gotta feel elated, I gotta feel in love, I gotta feel at the top of the moon, I gotta feel like this butterflies are consuming my insides. If you're like that, you're gonna get screwed in marriage. Because when the mask finally comes off, it's going to destroy you. So that's pretty much all I got to say on the situation. I don't really want to talk too much about it, but I just thought it was pretty funny. I know I didn't laugh too much about it. I laughed a lot on Saturday, but guys, it's FAFOC shit. It's FAFO season. Fuck around, find out season. And if you gonna fuck around, you will find out. So until the next video, I'll see you guys again to talk more.